Good morning, Cecilia. I hope you're having a good day. I have another story for you today. It's the story of Queen Berenice's hair. A long time ago, the Queen of Egypt was Queen Berenice, and she was a very good queen. She loved her people, and her people loved her. And she was very smart and very beautiful. And the most beautiful thing about Queen Berenice, other than her wonderful personality, was her hair. She had big, beautiful hair, curly hair, kinky hair, wild hair, and she could wear it all different crazy ways. And it was even said that Queen Berenice had more beautiful hair than the goddesses. But she didn't let that get to her head because she knew that it wasn't good to compare yourself to other people like that. She was just very happy that people liked her hair. Well, one day the king had to go on a trip away from the kingdom, and Queen Berenice was a little worried. But the king said, "Don't worry, I will be safe, and I will come back as soon as I possibly can." But Queen Berenice still worried, and she went outside one night while the king was away and looked up in the sky, and she saw the moon, and she saw the planet Venus, and she made a wish. She made a wish to Artemis, the goddess of the moon, and to Aphrodite, the goddess of Venus, and said, "I wish that the king comes back very soon, and please keep him safe." And Queen Berenice said, "If you bring the king back to me, I will give you the most precious thing I have. I will give you my hair." The king came back the very next day, and he had a very good trip, and he and all of his sailors came back safely to their families. And Queen Berenice was so happy that this had been a good trip, and she remembered her promise to the goddesses. And so she took out a pair of scissors and carefully cut off all of her beautiful kinky curly hair and brought it down to the temple and gave it to the goddesses as a tribute. And the goddesses were unbelievably happy that Queen Berenice had kept her promise. And they took her beautiful kinky curly crazy hair and they placed it in the sky amongst the stars and created a new constellation, Coma Berenices, Berenice's hair. Now, if you have a pair of binoculars in your house and you go with your mom or dad and look out the window, if you look in this part of the sky, you can actually see a cluster of stars. It's a bunch of stars very close together. It kind of looks like glitter. I had an aunt called Auntie Barbara, and she used to put glitter in her hair. We used to call her Auntie Glitter. Well, you can think about Queen Berenice's hair, and maybe you can think a good thought about my Auntie Glitter. But astronomers with really big telescopes can see other things in this part of the sky. You see this picture, Cecilia? This is a picture of a galaxy. Yeah, galaxies have hundreds of millions of stars and clouds of gas and dust, and that's where baby stars come from. Baby stars come from clouds of gas and dust, and gravity squeezes them really tight and makes them really hot, and that makes stars. And so this is a galaxy. It's called a spiral galaxy because it looks like a pinwheel. And this is called M100 because there was, a few hundred years ago, there was a French gentleman named Charles Messier, and he was looking for comets, more on comets maybe another day. And he saw lots of fuzzy things in the sky like galaxies, and he made a list of them. And today astronomers with telescopes like to look at his fuzzy things in the sky. But you see where the purple circle is that I've drawn for you, Cecilia? If you have a really, really, really huge telescope like the Hubble Space Telescope, you can actually see thousands of galaxies where that little purple circle is in Berenice's hair. And here's a picture of just some of those thousands of galaxies. And we call this the Coma Cluster. Isn't that beautiful? So what I want you to do is I want you to close your eyes and I want you to imagine that you're on a spaceship and that you're traveling through the universe and that you're waving to all of these beautiful galaxies as you go by them. Can you do that for me? I know you can. You have a really great imagination.